A sister's 90th birthday blessing.
Dear.
90 years, a wondrous journey, a life filled with God's own grace. From childhood days to your special day, love shines from your dear face. A sister's bond, a gift from heaven, more precious than fine gold. A faithful friend through every season, a story waiting to unfold. May the Lord bless you and keep you. His face shine on you, full of light. And may his love surround you always and fill your days with joy and light. May your heart be filled with peace, as in Christ you find your rest. Thanks be to God for this incredible gift. You truly are the very best. For all the years, the laughter, the tears, the wisdom you impart. Thank you, dear sister, for being you, a cherished work of his loving art.
Oh, isn't that? Thank you very much. That's very kind. Very kind of you.
Should we take a picture with the cake?
Oh, we did.
Oh.
We did.
Get some.
Where did we have that? On this side.
I want to thank my dear sister Barb and the others who helped arrange this special gathering of family to celebrate my 90th birthday. What a blessing this is. And it really is. Quite a surprise and a blessing. I especially want to thank each one of you for coming this evening. Ron and Barb, Randy and Lisa. I've got Brittany and Mel, but anyway, you can say it for Mel. Thank you, Brittany, for coming, dear. And Deborah and David, with thanks to the Lord for giving me health and strength to be here tonight to celebrate 90 years on planet Earth. Because nobody through life really thinks they're ever going to live to be old. I never did. Never gave it a thought. I've had so many blessings in my life that I couldn't even begin to name them. I'm glad that I was born in Canada, I told you. And I'm glad that I had a mother that was a Christian and a very good dad that raised me on the farm. And I loved the farm because of the animals and the space and the fields and the flowers and the gardens, and it was just wonderful being born on a farm and the crops. And I'm very thankful that I was born not an only child, but I had 3 siblings, a brother that I absolutely adored, Bernard and Muriel and Barbara. And Barbara has kept the candle lit. With 3 of them gone, Barbara and I are it. And do I ever rely on Barb a lot? She's a gem.
We're blessed to have each other.
Yes. Very grateful that I live next door to my grandpa and grandma. Like, how many people get to live right beside grandpa and grandma? Because when you're small, grandpa and grandma will spoil you and mom and dad don't have time for you. So I had many wonderful experiences with a grandma and grandpa right next door. And I was very happy when I was going to high school in Sterling, because I'd been on a farm and at a rural school. And I remember when I started Sterling High School, it was just a real blessing to me. I got to do some sports in the gym, which I always loved, basketball and volleyball, which I never got to play in public school, and meeting new kids and that. So that was a real wonderful time in my life too, those years in high school. And right out of high school, Mom and Dad didn't have a lot of money, and it would have helped them if I got a job. So at age 17, I went to Belleville and applied at Northern and Bell Canada. And because the interview wasn't very good at Northern, and the man was a little bit fresh. And when my mother found that out, she said, "You're not going there, you're going to Bell." So I did. And I went to Bell. I absolutely loved it. I had a total of 38 years service when I left in 1990. And I had a variety of locations, Peterborough, Belleville, and Toronto. And by doing that, I met a lot of new people, a lot of new friends. Toronto, I wasn't used to. So when I moved there, it was like, oh my word, am I going to be able to manage to drive the car in Toronto? Because I was a farmer's daughter and I didn't know city streets very well. But anyway, we mastered that, and I had my 5 years in Toronto. And then Mother was sick at that time, 1984, I guess it was, 85. And so to me, it felt like it was time to come out to Belleville. And I had a wonderful third level manager in Toronto. I was first level, he was third. And I went to Dale one day and I asked him any possibility of getting a transfer back to Belleville. And he said, yes, Helen. I said, the reason is that's my home. I said, my mother's not well. And he was just that kind of a boss. He said, Helen, we've enjoyed having you here, but if you want to go back to Belleville, we'll give you a transfer. So I came back to Belleville and started up again in 1985 and worked that 5 years until I could retire in 1990. So I've been retired for now 35 years. It seems hard to believe. But time goes by, and in those 35 years, I've managed to do a lot of different things. Well, Bryce was in my life at that time for the years that we had together, which I think was 17, if I remember correctly. And so that was another part of my life that was an absolute joy, because Bryce was so much fun to spend my life with. And, pardon me. And then at Quinty Gardens, I left there and came to Parkwood. Parkwood? Yes, Parkwood Apartments. And I've been there now for 5 years. I like the location. I like being independent. I don't want to be in a retirement home until I absolutely have to. And so my life really, the Lord has really blessed me with a lot of things that gave me great joy. But the biggest joys were the years that I had my 2 children, 1957, 1960. And then came along the grandchildren, Brittany in 1990, and Lindsay in 1994, I think, and Justin in 1978, and Paige in 2010. So those are the greatest joys, like the people in your life, and especially the ones that have your DNA, you really cherish, and they just become so important to you, what they do. It's nice to be able to encourage them in whatever they are endeavoring to do, to help whenever you can. Like, I think being a mentor and a bit of a guide, because you've got the experience and you can share that with the younger ones. So that's been the joy in my life. And the other thing too that changed my life was when I gave my heart to the Lord, and that was a number of years ago now. And I was attending church at Hastings Park, and I had been a very loved People's Church when I was in Toronto. Went to People's Church for 5 years and became very close with the Lord. And so for the last number of years, I have been very anxious to be at church. I can't go as often as I would like. But church is a big part of my life, and loving the Lord and having His love in my life has meant the world to me. So I've had blessings upon blessings, and I'm just so thankful that the Lord has given me 90 years, which I never expected to see. And so I'm looking forward now to each day ahead, and thanking each one of you for being such a big part of my life. God bless each one of you. I love you.
We love
The
you.
end?
It's done.
Where's my bass? Right here. Ready?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.